Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. Joshua Zirkzee is officially a Manchester United player. We must like announcing things at 4 o'clock on people's days off now. 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Ineos are taking 25% of Manchester United. 4 o'clock on a Sunday. Manchester United have officially announced that Zirkzee is officially a Manchester United player. We've got all the quotes, Dan Ashworth, Ten Hag, Zirkzee himself. But I actually think, on a serious note, there's something very, very good about this deal being announced on a Thursday. It feels to me like Manchester United want to get this announcement out now so that tomorrow they can move on to other stuff. Watch this space on that. Why would you announce officially Joshua Zirkzee at 4 o'clock on a Sunday when you know it's going to get swallowed up tonight with the Euros and then tomorrow's a new day? I think that Manchester United have done this on purpose to get it done and get it out of the way. But look, I've got the official announcement from Manchester United here, but let's just hear from Joshua Zirkzee first, what he actually said. Having had discussions with the manager and the leaders of the club, I know how exciting the future is going to be here, and I cannot wait to play my part in achieving success for Manchester United. I'm a player who has always dedicated everything to winning. I'm ready for the next challenge, to go to another level in my career and win more trophies. It's a privilege to join such an iconic club. I have to take a short break now after being with the national team, but I'll be coming back ready to make an impact straight away. Yes, yes, and a hell yes. I like this. I like it a lot because I think the type of player that we want to bring to Manchester United has to be hungry, has to be a player that's ready for the next challenge. And I think the middle sentence from Zirkzee is the one I like the most. I am a player who has always dedicated everything to winning. I'm ready for this next challenge to go to another level in my career and win more trophies. And I think that sentence basically needs to be every player we buy now. I'm ready for the next challenge to go to another level in my career and win more trophies. And I think that is the type of player that we have to bring to Manchester United. Look, we know the amount of players we've brought in on 29, 30, 31, 33. Last contract players, been there, done that, have played the game. What we need are players that are hungry to go to the next level, that have still got a career to build, that when they come to Man United, they're not walking down the mountain, they're still climbing up it. And some of them will fall and they won't make it any higher. But we need to bring those types of players in. Give us your thoughts. Ralph Keys says, get more signings in, please. BB says, man's gassed about Zirkzee. Tell us who you support, mate. Don't see you doing anything, you absolute clown. Have you got your big clown shoes on and your big stupid hair? You clown. Absolute clown on a Sunday. Toxic Sunday. Get out and touch some grass. What, you got a crap job? You're not happy with yourself? Get out. We're happy about Zirkzee. We're going places. Swivel on. I've got a couple of mates for you to swivel on. Have them both. Anyway, let's hear what else was said by Manchester United. This was from Dan Ashworth, who has said this. Securing a forward to enhance our already strong group of attacking players was a key aim for this summer. We're delighted that we've managed to sign a player of Joshua Zirkzee's calibre this early in the transfer window. Joshua is an outstanding talent who is ready to make an impact for Manchester United. His ability and desire to grow into a world-class player means that he will be a great addition to the squad that we are building for the exciting season and beyond. So there we go. That's from Dan Ashworth as well. I think that the deal itself will be... somebody told me what the deal is going to be. Let me just get you this information as well, because somebody mentioned that. 42.5 million euros to be paid over 3 years, hence small premium on the 40 million release clause. So look, in euros, 40 million was his release clause. We're paying 42.5. So we're paying an extra 2.5 million so that we can spread those payments out over 3 years. Because if we'd paid the 40 million release clause, you've got to pay it all up front. Whereas, you know, financially, this just works a lot better for us to spread it out, and it will allow us to do more deals with other players. So, yeah, not got a problem with that at all. But it is official. It has been announced by the football club that Manchester United have announced officially that Joshua Zirkzee is a Manchester United player on a 5-year deal with the option for another year. First signing of the Ineos era, of course. And certainly, we don't have an Erik Ten Hag Eric Ten Hag comments. Actually, he's not actually added a comment. So I'm sure we'll probably get something from Eric later in the week. Bear with. God, that was an excited sneeze. That was an excited sneeze. Yeah, some people saying, why are we so excited about a player like this? Because Manchester United are crap and have been crap for a number of years, and we've had so many false dawns, we've had so many if, buts, and maybes, and I think that we have to you know, be positive about what is a new outcome for Manchester United. Where it will end up, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to end up, but I think that this is an interesting signing. And I would say as well, you know, to anybody that's being a doubter, you know, and there will be doubters, there will be rivals, there will be media, there will be toxic people in our fan base, as we know. To anybody who's being a doubter, where else were we meant to go with this? I mean, where else were we going to go? What other player were we going to sign? Like, Sesko was looked at but decided to stay. I can't really see a striker out there that was obvious for Manchester United to do, that was going to allow us to spend, you know, £12 million for 3 years to bring him in. Like, it's ridiculously cheap. There are risks, but we don't have £100 million to go and buy, you know, Ollie Watkins. And if we did, then we would have to spend that on other players as well. So I think with regards to what's actually out there, I think it's a good deal for Manchester United. Get your comments in, let me know. Is it the most exciting transfer in the world? No, it's not. Is it a signing that gives us more up front? Yes. Is he better than a fit Anthony Martial? Don't know yet. Is Anthony Martial ever fit? No. Is he still a Man United player? No. So I think in this market, for the things we need to do this summer, to bring a player in on 40 million euros where you can pay it over 3 years, and it allows you to do multiple other deals, and it gives you cover and support and competition up front, I think it ticks a hell of a lot of business. And as Alex King says, I think it's a smart bit of business as well. And also, further to that, I think that what it also does is it gives us time to move on to other things. There is no legitimate reason to announce this at 4 o'clock on a Sunday. And this is what I mean about Man United. They never close for business. There is always something going on. And I think that we saw it on Christmas Eve at 4 o'clock when we announced Ineos, and you think, what the bloody hell is this football club doing? And then you see it today at 4 o'clock on a Sunday just before a Euros final, and you think, what the bloody hell is this club doing? But it's intriguing to me, because I think, well, what are we doing tomorrow then? I know there's the pre-season game and we've seen the squad, which I will go through in a moment. But I'm also back live with you at 6 o'clock. We've got another show. We've got an evening show. But I did want to react to this because it's an official signing. Make sure you smash a like on the video. We want to get 1,000 likes while we live, and we want to get a load of likes for a new signing. But look, I can't sit here. Well, I will sit here and predict Zirkzee because it's always nice for prosperity reasons. But honestly, I can't predict how this is going to work. He could be the next... he could be the next... I mean, look, he could be the next Weghorst. He could be the next Van Nistelrooy, if we're talking about Dutch strikers that have played for Man United. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. But until I see somebody do a better deal in the Premier League for a striker this summer, I think it's a good deal. And especially with the budget that we have and the distinct requirements that we have as well. I think there's a lot of people out there that would like to have seen Ivan Toney come in. But Ivan Toney comes in at £60 million that Brentford will want now. And he also comes in at 27, 28, demanding to start games. And also, it's probably his last big deal because he probably wants a 4 or 5 year deal. So, you know, you bring Toney in, very experienced but very expensive. Final contract. You know, is he a team player? Is he willing to work as part of a team? You bring Zirkzee in, much cheaper, much younger, and much more willing to, you know, take the challenge on and work hard for the next level. And I think that's what Manchester United have got to do. We've got to build a team that's hungry. Agate is not Rodri. Zirkzee is not Erling Haaland. And, you know, De Ligt, with the best will in the world, is not Virgil van Dijk. And what we need to do is go from 8th to 4th. And, you know, I'm grateful that the amount of rivals that actually find the time on a Sunday afternoon when they could be prepping for a big England game or could be out for a family walk or, you know, watching a film. I'm grateful for the amount of them that actually come onto the United stand and get bitter, because it just shows that how panicky they really are about Man United. I certainly wouldn't be going on AFTV when Arsenal signed Calafiori saying he's going to be a big flop from the Euros, because I don't give a shit. I really don't. The fact that people care really makes me laugh, because last time I checked, we were in our own lane. We're not looking to overtake Man City or Arsenal at the moment. We're in our own lane, taking our own journey, and we're happy with it. And as I've said before, what I don't understand is, well, I do understand it, because we're Manchester United and we will never not be the biggest club in England, regardless of whether we're winning or not, because people are obsessed with us. But Manchester United fans, we're realistic. We finished 8th. We don't regularly qualify for the Champions League and we don't fight for titles. That's our recent history. So we've got to go from 8th to 4th to 1st over the next 5 years. We're not going to go from 8th to 1st. We're not going to sign the next Lewandowski in his prime. We're not going to do that. We are going to have to make calculated risks. We are going to have to make a budget stretch to 5 or 6 players, because we need 5 or 6 players. We cannot spend the vast majority of the budget on 1 or 2 players, because we know from last season that squad's too thin. We need to bring 5 or 6 players in who are hungry and have talent to go to the next level. And out of those 5 or 6 players, I would say 2 or 3 of them probably won't work out. But then we need to do it again next summer and the summer after that. This is just step 1. And let them laugh. Let them laugh, because I think realism is what this fan base needs and this football club needs, and I think most people are on board with that. Any thoughts on the new director of recruitment, or any thoughts on Malacia back in training? Lucas, don't really care about the director of recruitment. We're talking about Zirkzee, but in relation to Malacia, I don't really have a lot of thoughts. I don't have a lot to say on Malacia, because he's not played football for over a year. There'll be a secondary injury, 100%. There'll be a second injury. You don't come back from a year out of football and then not have something else go wrong. So I think with Malacia, the main thing for him is to actually get kicking a football again. I saw a Twitter account today saying he could be our starting left back for Fulham. I was like, well, I'll have started early, have you? I mean, for me, Malacia, also with Malacia, dare I say it, he wasn't that good before the injury. Like, he wasn't Roberto Carlos. He wasn't Ashley Cole. He wasn't Dennis Irwin. He was actually getting quite a lot of criticism before he got injured. So Malacia, I just hope he can get back playing. I do not think he is a solution for Man United, whether he's fit or not. And if he can be, it'll be a huge bonus. Is rumour with Simons true? Can United do the deal loan with option to buy? How about centre-back options? Simile, you're taking this into an evening show. This is a reaction to the official signing of Zirkzee. Swag, thank you very much. Would you swap Rashford for Simmons and Agate? Would you buy... Yeah, I'm not answering all this, Romano, sorry. With Nico Williams going to Barcelona and then needing to sell someone to afford it, is this going to start the De Jong saga again? Hello? This is an official reaction to the signing of Zirkzee. I mean, what you been doing? Waiting for me to go live so you can, you know, just chuck all your shit questions. What are you talking about, Nico Williams? Clayton says, I don't recognise this club anymore. They are announcing deals on Sunday afternoon. Let's go. Well, I think that's a big thing, because I think tomorrow it's going to be something's going to happen tomorrow. And Mackie says, I hope this is a sign that we are starting moving in and our players quick, and hope we now have a competent board that brings back the glory. Good luck tonight for England. Yeah, I am getting a little bit edgy, as you can see. And Joe says, really excited about this signing. Great to have another option up front who's at a good stage in his career. I think this is great for Højlund as well. Yes, Joe, I do. And just on that point as well, you know, I think we all, well, I think a lot of us would love to see Player FC disappear. It's never going to, but I, as a massive fan of Rasmus, and I'm excited about this signing, because we need competition, we need cover, and we need quality. Manchester City have shown the way that to be successful, you need 18, 19 international players, and we need to build this squad out. And you know, I look at England and the obsession with favouritism. Ollie Watkins should be starting tonight. But I look at Manchester United and I don't want to see that nepotism. I don't want to see that favouritism. I want to see players that deserve to play being picked. And if Zirkzee comes in and he's playing really well, then he starts. And if Rasmus comes in and he's playing really well, then he starts. And if they're both playing really well, you know you've got an option with 20 minutes to go. So I'm you know, I don't think we need 3 strikers, but I'm very happy that we've got 2. And you know, actually, it would be nice if there was somebody coming through from the youth setup, like a Wheatley, that can just give us that third option as well. So, yeah, very, very happy with it. Just a quick update. There we go. I'm back live with you, I think, at 6 o'clock anyway. So we can talk about all your questions about Agate and all that lot then, because that's the show for later. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about the squad for the game tomorrow for Rosenborg as well. But absolute legends, thanks for tuning in. I know it's a Sunday afternoon, but this is the way Man United work things now. And I personally think that they're probably working this because they've got something lined up tomorrow. Don't forget, we're on That's Football for the watch-along as well. And thanks everybody for taking the time to tune in. If you're live, if you're not live, get your comments in below on this signing. Oh, somebody said you didn't make a prediction on Zirkzee. Okay, my prediction on Zirkzee is, and look, I have got no idea how this is going to work out. I think he will end up being a sort of Forlan, Chicharito type player who becomes a real fan favourite and can do multiple jobs for us, but maybe doesn't end up being, you know, a first teamer. I think he'll be a player that, you know, maybe a bit, you know, I'd love him to do what Solskjaer did actually, you know, that type of a player. I think he's going to be a player that can play in a number of positions, who will contribute and be a real fan favourite, but maybe won't go on and be a £100 million striker. But who knows? He could be a complete flop. He could be the next Thierry Henry. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks everyone for watching. I will speak to you all in a couple of hours. Take care. Speak to you in a bit.